Hi guys, welcome to my Bajerski YouTube channel. It's a beautiful, glorious day here in the islands of Bali. I'd love to talk to you regarding a couple of subjects that have been pretty profound in my life. And over the years, I've kind of really grasped and understood what it's all about, even though at times it's really challenging to really hold on to that truth and that knowledge. And I think the reason why all of us really struggle with life is because we invest our thoughts sometimes on the wrong energies, on the wrong people. And our mind, when in an environment of anger, when in an environment of bitterness, when you're in an environment of jealousy, of people's needs and wants and selfishness behavior, you tend to find yourself being involved in that energy because it's around you at any given moment. And that's why one of the things that I often say to people is not run away, but honor your surroundings, honor yourself, honor what is important that you want to change in your life. Because if you really truly listen to your inner self, it will always tell you when you're sad and upset, and when there's a situation of challenges, difficulties, and all of those difficulties and those challenges are because of your environment and what you've been led to believe because of what's going on at any given moment. Let me give you, for instance, I have an academy, and in that academy, within 4 days of somebody coming there, their whole life changes. How can that be possible in 4 days? Well, it can, and the reason why is because the energy in that particular place is so high, the vibration is so strong, the love, the healing is within the walls, within the crystals, within everything in that academy. And anybody who comes into that academy only feels love and healing because they're healing others and helping others, and everybody in that environment are there to heal themselves and to make a difference in their life. Now, when you've got that kind of environment around you, there's no energy of negativity, there's no energy of fear, worry. All what's happening is you become alert to the energy that you need to clear, and once that disappears, which is the healing process, you then start to think differently. And in those 4 days, and this isn't a plug for my academy because I'm not doing any healing work for at least a year, you just go, and then I look at everybody and they all say, and they're crying and they're in tears and saying, how is this possible? And these miracles that are happening with the healing. And I say to everybody, you know what, guys? Inside here is how we should be. This is normal. And outside these windows and this door is how we've got it all wrong. What today do you invest in? What today do you invest in? Do you invest in what you need? Do you invest in the fear and the worries? Do you invest in all the things around you, what are causing you grief and upset? Do you look at things and see them as challenges and tests? And do you feel angry because of little things? Do you put your focus on the wrong things? Do you focus on things that aren't important, but then when you focus on them, like your food comes, it may not be quite right to how you want it. So then you manifest that anger and upsetness and pain and, you know, whatever it is. You know, who do you sit next to on an aeroplane? You know, I need to be sitting somewhere else, take them away from me. And all the negative thoughts that we have during the day, ask yourself, do you invest in that? Do you focus on those things? Because if you do, all you'll ever do is live that life. So what I try to do then is change the chip and focus on things that actually made a difference in my healing and made me feel better. You know what? I'm hungry. So what? At one time I used to get angry and say I need to eat. Now I'm saying, wow, I'm fasting. My body is healing. I drink more water and feel better and say thank you for the fast. So now I don't have any anger issues when I'm hungry. I don't get angry like I used to do. I don't get angry with what food I have on the table, because whatever comes, I'll choose the right bits of food for me and leave the rest and say, maybe I needed not to eat as much. The people who come into my life who get angry and start kicking off, I say thank you, because I see how I've grown and how that doesn't affect me anymore, and I say thank you and send them healing and hope one day they become stronger. It gives me the energy to be able to say, okay, it's now time to turn away and focus on the people who make a difference in my life, who I can grow with. And I don't want to be in that environment of negativity, of people fighting and getting angry. So we learn to grow from what we see around us. Do you get pulled into the social media? Are you always on your phone? Are you always stressed? Are you always thinking negative thoughts? Are you always in a place of mind chatter? Because if you are, that's what you're investing in. That is your life, because that's what you're thinking. So the only way you can change your life is stop being that person and recognize those thoughts and those feelings and change them for new thoughts, new feelings. Try to spend a week seeing the good in everything. Try to spend a week seeing what it is that has been given to you at any given moment as a wake-up call to be able to change your life. Because sometimes we bump into people that help us see what we need to change in our life. So when we're angry with somebody, we ask ourselves, why are we angry? So these are the things that changed my life. I don't invest in sadness anymore. I've got so much beautiful time on my hands now that I invest that time, because I don't know what's going to happen next week, next month. I don't know where my life's going to take me, but at this moment, I spend my life in the moment and I appreciate everything that happens. And you may say, well, it's easy for you to say that, Mark, but you know, because you're on an island. But what about me at work? Well, guys, let me tell you something. Before I came to this island, I spent 3 months solid, in fact 4, at work, starting work at normally about 7 o'clock in the morning and finishing round about 2 o'clock at night, nearly every night, even Sunday. And I did that because I loved my work, not because I hate it, but I love it. So that time was a healing process for me. Why? Because I found my path. I found my happiness. How did I find it? Because I said no to the stuff I didn't want to do. So you can only find your happiness when you honor what feels right in your life. So if you hate your job, don't blame your life or yourself. Look for another job at the same time as the job you've got. So then you can change your life. If you've got people around you who are always angry and causing you misery, then look for new people who are filled with love and happiness, with a different outlook on life, and say goodbye to them, because you no longer want to be in that energy. So you might think, well, that's awful walking away from people, but it isn't, guys. It isn't. The sacrifices that you make today will be the healing of everybody else tomorrow. They have their journey just like you do. You know what? Do you get upset when people walk out of your life? I don't. I say thank you for being in my life. Thank you for showing me what I needed to do. There's been many times that people have come into my life and hated me, and then 6 months later they apologize, or we become friends again and we continue, because it's never about hate per se. It's about learning from one another. And when you can let go of this personal feeling that you've been attacked or people hate you, and taking everything personal like we do, and all of us do, we then realize that we can let go of the pain and suffering and say, wow, that was a great test, a great challenge. I hope I'm conquering that, and I hope I'm growing. But for me, above all, I walk away from controversy. I walk away from everybody's drama now, and I walk a new path of finding myself and happiness. And that is a challenge for a lot of people. But let me tell you, the God or Goddess, if you believe in that word, the power, the inner strength that you hold, the most important thing in your life, and I guarantee you this, is this: finding your happiness on your own. Even if you're with a partner, You get yourself off and find your happiness within that moment of not thinking about a partner, not thinking about what you need to do, but just being in your own power and being happy in that power. That, my friends, is the most important part of your journey that I think we all need to learn, no matter even if we're married, no matter even if we have a partner, no matter what. And even if we're on our own, we still need to learn that lesson. So now here am I. I love my time on my own. I am so thankful that I get a moment of inner stillness and peace to learn how to be on my beautiful, powerful own self and enjoy that and learn from myself, from the feelings that are given to me through the universal energy. It is the channeling that we receive the healing process. It is through that energy of being on our own that we can only hear our own voice or spirit's voice in connection to what we are, why we're here and where we're going. And through that, I promise you, you get to find out who you are, you get to know what your path is and what your journey is, because it's all in your inner stillness, which is not silence in per se, because you hear many messages, and it is not in the fear of being alone, because alone is a rubbish, hijacked word of the most sacred moment for yourself. Well guys, have a great day from my heart to yours. Thank you for going to Bajerski.com and buying your beautiful incense crystals and oils. I hope you appreciate them as much as I loved working with them, and I hope they make a difference in your life as they do me every single day. Have a great day. I hope this message touches at least one person out there, and hopefully if it has and it's made a slight difference in your life, then I guess I've done my job today. From my heart to yours, please don't ever take any message as a negative. We are all learning, we are all growing, and me more than anybody needs to hear the words that come out of my mouth, because like I always say, the ones who preach the most are the ones who need to digest and understand and learn the most. So I am equal to anybody. I am no greater or lower than anybody else. I am equal to any of my brothers and sisters. So good luck, and remember, you are the power, you are the healing, you are the most amazing soul in this world. Have a great day from my heart to yours. Take care, guys.